We get back into the action. It was a 13-2 half. This round was what saved it, though. Despite being that far ahead, Navi struggled to close out the game until Simple decided to get rid of all of his teammates and then kill all 5 himself.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a celebration after that round. You thought everyone would be out of their seats and jumping around, but it seemed like another day in the office for him.
Simple, the one thing I like about Simple is that he doesn't just, sometimes when he's on a stage, he does. When he's on a stage, we know he's, get hyped. I think that's actually like a move he did once, if I remember correctly. But when he's in the studio, he just kind of goes, yeah.
It's happening.
I know.
It's happening again.
Fine.
I feel like
chill.
if he didn't win that round, there was going to overtime, or maybe even Renegades win.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
As I pressed my mute button before I finished talking, I think you're onto something. That they were struggling to get things rolling. Economy was an issue because they won a round and then got reset, and it was right in the middle of the momentum for Renegades, just as they were closing the gap enough to be a threat, and it tore them apart. So yeah, that saved them.
We'll do move on to Train next. That was the Renegades map pick there, Cobblestone, and after the 13-2 half, I didn't have much faith in them pulling it back at all, but it was actually a decent attempt, and we'll see whether they can cause any damage here on Train itself. We're on the server, about to go into the knife round. Matthew, I just remind you to be careful, you're not on the server itself.
Am I not?
You're not.
I thought I already selected spectate a minute ago because it said that I awarded someone money in the warm-up.
That's what I saw, so I was a bit worried. Okay, you're good.
I'll check. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm always
just
good.
In case.
It's true, I've done that once before.
Yeah.
Although, at least I didn't buy a defuse kit and throw it to Virtus Pro in the pistol round, which allowed them to get a defuse in the pistol round they otherwise wouldn't have gotten.
Who's that?
Creamy Daddy.
The Creamy Daddy. Former member of the Creamy Bears. Or
current member. Yeah. Founding member.
Bought a defuse kit and led to them winning the round.
He didn't even know that he did. He apparently had a bind or something, left the team. Virtus Pro picked it up. The funnier part was Virtus Pro won the round, and apparently 2 rounds later they were like, stop. By the way. That happened. Yeah, they did stop it. Yeah, they owned up to it.
Well, there you go. I guess they probably had.
I don't even think. Well, I don't even think they realized, and then they were like, "Wait, where'd that kit come from?" And someone on the team must have been like, "Hang on."
Yeah, if you had 5 stars of armor and his diffuse kit today, it's like, "What the?
Yeah,
how's that happened?"
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Train next, and I can confirm at least that Navi are starting on the CT side. That's not great news for the Renegades boys, but we'll see what they can bring to the table. Like we said, we haven't really had a chance to really watch them too much. I've been doing Pro League European, and there haven't really been too many events recently, not ones that we've casted at least.
And I've been sleeping, hanging out with my dog and mountain biking.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what they can bring to the table here. Obviously a map they can play, because they've left it in the veto. But Navi still not really impressed me that much. It's the individual plays, I think. Even in that 13-2 first half, it was just like flamey, 4-man spray down, and like Edward saving the round with 2 kills for a smoke, or Zeus backstabbing them for 3. Like they weren't like the most convincing rounds on their CD half, but just like sick individual plays. And that 1v5 from Simple as well, it goes without saying.
Yeah, that's one of the good 1v5s that we've seen, especially in the context of the game and then how badly they needed it, or appeared to. So we get into Train. We've seen a lot of it. We've seen a lot of surprising results. Even SK winning on it this morning was not as clear-cut as you might have expected against the Cloud9, who picked it based on the fact that SK lost it to North in spectacular fashion.
Here we go then. 2 smokes, Molotovs. We say this every single time. Most teams do favor towards that inside bomb site. Molotov using the post-plant situation. We'll see if that rings true any second. But Flamey, he completely obliterated them on the Cobblestone CD pistol. This time, not going to have the initial same sort of success, but spots a few of them, gets tagged up himself and falls back.
Still on the ramp, all the way halfway down it, just enough to keep his little booties, as you would say, not seen, and then can bust in quick and fast, but Simple and Flamey are faster with their USBSs. The silence one specifically.
Yes.
As JZ Walkings gets Flamey back, they do get a bomb plant down. Hasn't nearly uses the smoke to his advantage to spot Edward on the train, but he responds aft and according and takes him down as Edward.
Here we go.
That's something in a JKS Molotov early, to be honest, and the smoke is there now for sure.
Yeah, it was always going to be an almost impossible situation when I saw that smoke as well. Yeah, for sure, could have maybe got a frag, then gone for that Molotov play, but still, Navi looking quite comfortable there. This is their map pick, and I guess doesn't look over the moon, and why would he? Taken down. Bomb gets planted though. A few frags to work with there, 2 to be exact. So they'll be taking an eco here. PT-50s. No armor, of course. They'll be getting the AKs on the next round, which is surprising. Okay, Simple's gone full eco, right? He's just got the USP. So he'll be getting the AWP out next round. The early AWP. The one that no one saw coming.
The one that no one saw coming. He still waits toward A main. Very slow for just having pistols. No armor. Forcing in the PT-50s. 4 players toward Ivy. Edward spots contact and calls for Simple. Simple decides, I'll go in and just die. So again, he has the pistol to save for the AWP, and dying is fine. It's all accurate. He's able to get some shots back. I love that broken ceiling panel that falls down now.
You love that?
I love it.
Love is a strong word.
No, not really. Hate is a strong word.
No? Love's not?
Whatever. It doesn't exist, really.
Oh,
it's not real.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, this is real. The force buy from Renegades. The AK's coming out in the third after the bomb getting down in the pistol. We'll see if they can do anything with this one, as we'll get into the AWP for Simple. And indeed, the UMPs all round. We have got 1 M4 to be fair. Edward purchases that. And we'll see whether Renegades can fight back here. Nifty with more utility to work with. Flashbangs, smokes, and an aggressive push from Edward. Lovely flashbang usage there as well. Peeking towards T-spawn. Could have got 1 kill.
That's pretty good. Molotov as well. They're going to go back up the ladder. Forget it. Sorry, we just established this territory. We're out.
You win.
Well, the thing is now as well, because they've already put some utility into grabbing that position, he could actually push in there and reclaim it. Good timing from Zeus. Flamey drops down. JKS sees it. Shadow on the wall, remember, from that position would have helped reveal the fact that he was going to do so. More utility used to push Zeus back out of the pop dog. He's got problems, though, as you see. He's a little bit curious as to which way to look, having lost his teammate. Simple gets his AWP on red as Edward gets closer. They give up Ivy in doing so, but feel comfortable doing it. For now, at the very least. They are going to head there.
HP for 3 players. Simple patrol towards the Ivy. That's where they're heading. He doesn't watch the super aggressive angle, but pulls back for now. Heads towards connector. He's anticipating they go towards inner. That could be his downfall. As you can see, Zeus has actually got towards T-spawn here. All the way in behind them, and that's why Simple's rotated off, and that's actually the right call. They're going for a backtrack split here. This could still work for Renegades, considering they've got 3 players undetected towards that area.
Did JKS see Simple or not? If those players wrapping around are undetected, yes, that's what saves them, because otherwise Zeus shuts it down. Slow and patient, sees too high, but no one else. This should reveal they're coming from the backside. JKS will. Smart response from Edward. Now they're in trouble. They're pinched in. Nifty with a good shot in return. A bomb dropped, and Zeus is still in position. Time is done. Azur's out of it. Saves the UMP.
Nice idea from Renegades there, but Zeus with the godlike backstab there from C-step. That's why Simple felt like he could fall back towards connector. And like he said, they've got the information that the backtrack play could be coming through. Shut it down. Edward a double frag there. 3-0. No bomb planted. No one surviving. Well, I don't take it back. Azur did survive with the UMP and the armor, but he gets no money. So he'll do what he can. His teammates buy up with some slightly upgraded pistols there. Deagles and PT-50s, but no nades to work with. Zeus on the AK-47. Same story for C's as well. I mean, she can be a little bit more aggressive and hold tighter angles. Go for the one-taps. Try and bully your opponent. Simple. Oh, can't quite find that one.
Almost did, to be fair. Surprised not to see leg damage come out. He must have been just to the right, but why not? Take the shot. Easy walkings. Takes the shot as well. Receives, rather. As he goes down to 15. Legs shown for Zeus as he fires back toward the ladder. It's Azur that goes up and down, but doesn't take much damage for it. Zeus takes his attention elsewhere. Nifty is found, and Navi continue to have the lead. The early buy could mean, and should mean, that this goes 4-0.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nothing really they can do here. holding up. And we're certainly going to be 4-0 as Navi deploy the last bit of utility to hold them at bay. And now let's go in together and try and get a bomb down, although it's very unlikely. 30 seconds now. Simple lies in wait towards main entrance. Should be almost guaranteed kill for him as they walk out. Oh, turns away at the wrong time. Now it's Zeus to finish things off.
Exactly the wrong time. He's going to come back, though, after Zeus makes contact, but Jay-Z's already inside.
Oh, wow.
He's found. Jay-Z gets 2, finds Simple at that range as well. Very well done from him as Ustillo then catches Edward, who's completely unaware that he's walked in from Ivy because he just has 2 teammates die at the front of him. So 2 versus 2, but bomb planted and guns picked up. One, I shouldn't say one set, but 1 armor. God. That's not the way you take Pop Dog back.
Sneak down like that.
No, Nazar as well. He was the one that carried over the armor, so no aim punch, and he has an AK now instead of just the UMP. That's a real promising factor for Renegades as Flamey gets aggressive and almost too aggressive. Walks around the corner. Ustillo's waiting. They'll steal a round back, and Renegades go 3-1.
How have they done that?
Yeah, right before they go on to a gun round. That's going to hurt Navi considerably. Yeah. Thankfully, Zeus is a high roller and can drop a few guns.
Great work by Jay-Z Walkings there with the PT-50. And around this team, they had nothing. Timing's working in their favor. Simple falls back. They get a late call. Zeus only gets 1 kill. They're right back into this. Has to be the force buy from Navi now. AWPs, UMPs, and a FAMAS. See if they can find anything at all here. Simple, for now, watch his main entrance once again. Sees with the first frag, though, as he pushes aggressive towards the inside bomb site. Wants a little bit more here. I think you take that advantage. Nifty really in waiting, but he grabs the AK and gets out undetected. That's nice work.
Nice work. Gives them the lead. Renegades showing a bit of a slower pace this game as well. Nazar backs off. That's exactly when Edward wants to take over A main. UMP for Edward. Found the vertical grip as well when he landed. Still needs a hollow or a red dot though.
Don't we all?
Usually most people find them pretty quickly, so maybe not all, Henry, but Nifty gets a good shot on Flamey. Nazar's still leading around this corner. The question is, how far does he look into it? Because Edward could catch him off. Spots Zeus as well on top of the train. That could mean that his vision and focus goes that direction and doesn't even consider it anymore. It's exactly what happens as Edward takes him down. But Jay-Z, good response on Zeus. Simple, flashback in. AWP, top train. Fires between the wickets and gets taken down for it. This now should be another round for Renegades. Edward wants to stop that, though. Good read. In fact, he's still always pushing up, but moved the crosshair at the exact time that he peaked.
You still faced that angle with the PT-50 as well. That was brave, but there it is, a big round for Renegades. After losing to the pistols before, Navi, the money crumbles, and Zeus doesn't look too happy about it. They had the man advantage as well. Lovely work by Jay-Z Walkings. He's actually starting to turn up now, it seems. Having a pretty poor game on Cobblestone. Looking revitalised. We're into round number 6. Is pretty much the full EK here for Navi. Deagles Redwood. And a Zeus PT-50 emerges as well. Chance for Renegades to establish himself financially and don't have to do much to win this round. To stay in the 5-man unit, wait for any CT aggression to start, which they have. Flamey took a nade to the face, down to 7 HP. Here's Jay-Z Walkings trying to find his first kill. 3-3. Lost bonus will be the 3rd position for Navi next round.
Jay-Z leads the way as well right now for Renegades,
yeah.
So a better start this game than he had in the previous.
Definitely.
It's a bit slow and timid. Now he's not. He's got hopefully some confidence brewing. Seized with the pistol. Oh, it doesn't quite go far enough around the corner to confirm that they are in fact there. Only the pistol, the chances of doing much damage. Debatable. As it goes in. Mac-10 firing it at will, but not getting any kills as of yet. Get an assist on the fact that Zeus killed Flamey, though. And followed it up. Switches to the pistol. Gets seized as well. Good shot from Edward. That's the only one they have so far in the round.
6 will go in favor of Renegades here. Nothing too exciting this round apart from the team kill. Zeus, a bit lucky there, was finding the head of Flamey, who was on 7 HP. So not really much could be done. Not a huge penalty these days in CSGO, killing a team. I think it's like $300 against you, and obviously the punishment enough. Was it through the smoke? Here's the replay. Oh god, right in the face. Hate to see that.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Here we go then. No AWP available, no kits available for Navi. In terms of utility, simple, just a flashbang here. Same sort of story for C's. He's just got the incendiary. He holds towards inside. Aggressive stance towards side alley, and Justido goes down to 50 points of health, but still alive for now. Nades hits him as well, 26, and that was the chance for Zeus to find that first kill. Great flashbang, but probably has to give in at this point and allow him to live.
We'll still contest toward the dumpsters. Molotov a bit shallow. He can actually still get beyond that. And if he does so, and they don't expect it, could punish them dearly. 3 players heading that direction. Isolated smoke between them, so they won't be able to get around the corner just yet. Zeus backs off. Here's the flash, and it's server position with no support. Edward's getting closer to try and do so. He's gonna have to bait him in, Edward. Additional smoke, Molotov down, Zeus inside of it. Just 1 tick, though. Smoke will keep him in contention, but they back off, and it's over toward B, so keep eyes on Seized. He's solo to hold them off.
He is. What has he got left to work with here? Still has the incendiary. No one to back him up. This is looking like a Renegades round. They've got the full execution here. Seized not in his best form right now. Has to try and do his best. They're good incendiary to delay them, buy some time. That's all he had to do. So now the rotations can come through, but does he find a kill? He's in the open here. Flashbang could catch him in the face. Needs to get at least 1. Nifty takes him down.
Very well done from Nifty. Shifty Nifty as he jumps in. He's still holding on to try and get a shot above the smoke as well. Flamey's bypassed that, though. Bullet lands at his feet, but he'll continue forward to try and get best position. No kits, keep in mind, for Navi.
Yeah, I would have preferred
pulled back.
A much safer position there from C. By the time, then go back to the bomb train maybe, just try and stay alive as long as possible, be a nuisance. Don't get yourself in that one and done position there. You're never going to get the huge spray down. Standing in the open, though, so vulnerable to flashes as well. The orb drops down, binds him, and then that's round over. If you're by yourself, you really do need to buy as much time as you can. That was the all-in play, and ended up getting snake eyes.
What does that mean?
It's in the game craps, I think, when you roll the dice, and if it's double 2 1s, it's the worst you can get.
Oh,
snake eyes.
Snake eyes, cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Thought it was like you'd poison or something or venom.
No, it's a dice thing.
Gotcha.
So when I said all in, I just went with that, you know.
No, that's
continued it.
Yeah, I like it. I get it now. That's you're more clever than I thought.
I know, right? Even with a fever, it's the brain's still operating.
Well, it's slowly dying.
I can feel it actually.
We'll get you hooked up to a machine soon.
4-3 for Renegades, and they got a decent buy here actually. Lots of money to work with. 8K on Nifty, 7 on Justido and JKS. They've got plenty going forward here. Not the same story for Navi though. They'd have to give in and save what they could in the previous round. 4 of them survived, but still not looking amazing. They took a timeout just to work out what the play is here. Seized will stay on the CZ. 3 rifles and a Zeus UMP. They're not looking too great here, Navi, I have to say. Renegades could be causing a bit of an upset here on map number 2. This is Navi's pick. And it all came down to that pistol victory from JZ Watkins, really, in round number 4.
JKS rounding the corner, baiting off his teammate Nifty, who went down. Will strike while the iron is hot. Goes back above the ladder as well. Oh, missed timing from Edward to pull a nade. Dinked up through the edge of the box, thankfully through the edge of the box, because that was a direct headshot from an AK-47, so stays alive, starts to walk in. May have actually been the M4 that hit him, because JZ is there with one, but it's Edwards trying to stay alive inside of his own smoke, changes his angle. AZR knows exactly where he is. Yes, AZR, I said it.
He did. He went for it.
Either way, this information relayed, and Zeus and Flamey, the last 2 alive. Renegades, they're rolling right now. This becomes round number 5 in a row for them, so max loss bonus, sure, but good string of effect to find momentum in the lead on the T side of train.
They take it on Nifty, they pick up the AWP, and Flamey will save the M4 as well, but Renegades looking pretty decent there. They lost the pistol as well, remember? 3-0 down, and then it's all coming together. The set pieces are on point, they're finding the frags. Azza with 2 kills there. JKS chiming in as well. Have a look at the frag charts while we're here. Actually, JKS at the top with 6 and 3 players on 5, so everyone contributing right now. Not the same story for Navi. Simple 1 kill, 6 deaths. Edward, though, 12 for him. But they do save the weaponry. And like you said, maximum loss bonus coming through. Certainly a strong buy. He could bring out the double orbs they wanted to. Not really a play I see coming out of this new look Navi. They don't really have that anymore, do they? Before Guardian, that's all they used to do, was simple Guardian AWPing on CT sides, and sometimes to their detriment. Now it's hard to work out who would be. I guess Seized was secondary AWPer with Guardian before Simple joined.
It's true.
We haven't seen him in a long time use that weapon.
No, it's been, well, quite a period. Obviously, Guardian's been on the team. Now he's not, so we'll see it probably more frequently. Simple on green. Eyes toward Pop to allow Zeus forward. And unfortunately, Zeus gets bumped by his teammate at the exact time he tries to throw the Molotov, so that will not land deep inside A-main and allow them to burrow the position. Bit frustrating. It was Flamey that bumped into him. But it's out toward Ivy again, where there's early contention from Renegades, and that will mean bomb down. They may not go this way, but if they're not going to be contested at all, why not? Why not give it a go? Because remember, they contested this last time and then backed off all the way around. Early exchange with Zeus. Smokes down. I expect one of the three potentially to back off. Could be a 3-2. Bomb picked up.
Yeah.
Still inching forward. Simple's not sure where to play on Hitch. In fact, he's going to back off towards Z Connector, thinking that there's a possibility they could go on to B and split that direction from backtracks. They for sure know, Edward for sure knows that there is some toward Ivy. Flashback in Flamey, knowing that his teammate Smoke, he's got to line them up, only gets one. But along the wall, it's Edward's chance to crawl back through, couldn't quite do so. And Simple, unable to hit a shot toward A-main, puts them down a man, but HP is a factor. Not so much for the WP, but quickness certainly is, as he gets Azur walking in around the train, slides out to find Ustillo as well. Just one remaining in JKS, and not quite quick enough that time for Simple. He's got a chance to plant the bomb. Seized will know it, though, and goes directly over the top. Did not only deny, but win the first round in the last 6 for Navi.
Yeah, wasn't the cleanest round of CS there, but some exciting trades towards Ivy. Renegades with a slow default to kick things off. Decent map control. Like you said, a 3-2 split there with some basic smokes being deployed, but Simple finally showing us what he can do on train. That was the first round. He's actually had any sort of significant impact. He was on 1 for 6 before then. 2 frags, misses out on the third, but still did enough. Zeus takes down JKS in the 1v1, almost guaranteed to win at that point. JKS had the plant with 3 seconds remaining or something. We're going to round number 10. Double orb just yet. Simple this time, looking to play on the upper platform. Drops a smoke and can't find the shot just yet. It's nifty towards A-main. He's been playing very well, I have to say. Certainly a formidable AWPer of the NA scene. Simple still working towards that connector.
Nifty. Inching closer on the AWP. Out to the corner that actually catches the wall and doesn't quite make it.
This will be the full inside play once again. Seized. Certainly had his criticism recently and could be taken down. It takes down low HP, but drops the Incendiary once again. We saw him give away his frag for free last time. Can he do anything more over the last 30 seconds of this round? Back on the bomb tower, that's where I wanted to see him.
Shot back from Azur, finds Simple, who's not sure which way to look. Poor timing on his part. He gets caught out for it. He nearly gets back into JZ, but he'll put the bomb down. Nifty alive. AWP with far range toward the CTs. Flamey, however, has taken back everyone else except for Nifty, and he'll get him as well on a missed shot. They tie back up the game, Navi. They'll go 5-5 with a defuse coming in. And how's the money on the CT side, or excuse me, on the T side?
Still fine.
That's actually quite good. Yeah, better than I would have expected, having lost now 2 in a row in close contended rounds before that, which went to bomb detonations.
Flamey there, what a round. Seemed like it was all going to fall apart there once again towards the inside side. That seems like a weakness for Navi. Normally, the inside player has to be an absolute anchor, a rock. Someone who can find multiple frags, stay alive. Caesars isn't delivering that so far. It seems really shaky. Whether he'll get one kill, like he'll just about survive, drop the incendiary, and then fall back. Just about squeaks out a kill there. Doesn't deny the plant, gets dropped, and then Flamey to save the day. Double orb setup though, as we said. Seized, presumably he was going to be onto this roll. Simple trying his luck once again towards the inside upper ramp. He'll go aggressive, no Molotov to send him packing just yet. There it comes. Oh, I thought he hit that shot. Well,
I thought he might too.
Maybe he takes him down after the flame damage. Took him quite low.
Yeah, easy shot with the damage already in, but Simple, if he'd found the first pick, been justified. As Jay-Z starts to work his way in, Molotov in hand. But it's Zeus, meanwhile, on the outer side that's going to find the bomb. Excuse me, it's Edward that actually gets that kill. Zeus to open it up. Either way, same effect. Bomb is down, and it's Nifty that remains. AWP. And they've spotted him, so tough times ahead. Seized, holds the line. And it's the lead now for Navi.
It's not bad at all, is it? After losing the 5-on-4, Renegades trying to capitalize towards outside, but one by one, getting picked off. Seized with decent shots there with the AWP, finishing things off as well. And Navi take the lead once more after the spell of 5 rounds. 3 in a row for Navi now. Double up set up. Still will be ringing true, and this could be the last of the Australian cash. Or cache, as you would say.
Yes.
4 AKs, a UMP, limited utility. We'll see if they can get the first pick. And Edward, he's feeling aggressive. He's pushed all the way out towards Ivy, and this could be Simple with the first frag as well. Edward with the long con, but Azza with the first frag.
In they go, JKS trying to push the smokes at Sandwich and get closer. He actually does find Flamey underneath the side of them. However, bomb going down, they still have to deal with the fact that Edward is on the flank, and it's a timely one. If he can find Nifty easily, he'll cause a bit of chaos because he'll divide the defense in the post plant. Seized needs to be quicker to get into position on the back of that, however, because Ustillo already gets Edward, and his chance of exploiting the same difference is gone.
Faster play from Renegades this time towards that outside bomb site, finding the first couple of frags. As soon as they take down Flamey as well, he seems to be the most consistent player for Navi right now. Edward has got 15 kills, to be fair to him. A nice push towards Ivy. I think he had to be a little bit quicker. He walked halfway, and then by the time he actually got to main entrance, he gets 1 kill, and that's all he'll find. He needed to be a little bit hotter on their heels, perhaps. Renegades to tie things up, though. 6-6, and that could be... I mean, not quite broken, risking, as he Flamey's on 10k. With a saved orb as well for Seas. They should be absolutely fine. Coming to the closing sectors now of the first half. If you're just joining us, you missed an interesting map. I'm not going to say fantastic map. Interesting one. After Renegades went 13-2 down on Cobblestone, and then almost brought the game back. It came down to an eco victory for Navi, and then a simple 1v5 to keep their heads above water. That was not a usual game of Counter-Strike, but still quite an entertaining one.
It was very entertaining. It wasn't usual at all, especially at the start. Even though they went down 13-2, we had 2 rounds. You mentioned the eco 4-kill from Azza. We had a 4-kill round from JKS, same thing on a full eco, and there was a lot of individualism. Flamey had 4 kills in the pistol. He had 4 kills in B on one of the gun rounds. It was, yeah, there was a lot of individualism.
Exactly. Oh, this one is proving to be a lot more competitive, at least. After winning the pistol 3-0, Renegades have looked much better on the gun rounds. Keeping Navi modest for sure. You can see still on the UMP, but there's Simple. Finds Ustillo. The advantage gifted towards him. Starting to get warmed up now. Simple still on 4 kills and 10 deaths. That's a big one to pick up. JKS with control of the brown halls, and the bomb's still down in T-spawn for now. Minute remaining. As they're just hoping that a CT makes a mistake and goes for one of those audacious backstabs that we've seen time and time again from the Navi side. And fall back now. I'd say go back towards inner. That's where the weaknesses lie for the Navi side. Things seem to fall apart quite dramatically every time. C's going for the aggressive pick on lower ramp once again. He needs to be careful. Almost gets his head blown off once more. Simple of a chance to maybe find a kill here.
Chance that he may have just missed dropping down early, but he still finds a secondary angle that could still be of good effect. If his timing was on, he was slightly off. Still finds Nifty, but Flamey goes down to Azzer because Simple's not in a position to support. Tries to flick fast to a man high on the train with a very small target to fire at. JKS punishes him for it. Azzer, meanwhile, though, slips in. Doesn't get the kill, actually. JKS does, but it's all on to Seized, who drops down and doesn't get heard right away. Surprisingly slow reactions from JKS. Swap guns. Damage is done, but as he goes wide to follow it up, he nearly gets taken down by AZR. He's now got JZ Walkings, and Azer's going to rotate around. Bomb planted, his favor still. But Seized has some time to work with, which could actually catch off. Oh, that's not going to. Azza, who manages to get behind him.
Yeah, Azza's been great in the clutches recently for Renegades, and he steps up there once again. That's a huge round for Renegades to win, and that could be the 9-6 coming through as well. It will be the force buy from Navi. He's been to round number 14 here. But there it is, Seized coming from Pop Dog. Gets 2 frags, just about squeaks them out, but it's Azza that'll lose him there, hoping he'd give the more conservative play and stick by the bomb. Azza goes all the way by main entrance and catches him out. M4 for Simple. He's definitely not going to have an AWP next round, but he's hoping he can carry them to success with this M4A1S.
JKS damage down to Seized. Simple will back off the green ladder. Toward A main they go. Excuse me, take that back. It looked like Jay-Z was down below. It's in toward the halls they go. Simple's going to walk up behind him, though. He's going to hear this. He's got to be careful not to be found when walking up, but good timing on the flank. No one will spot him. They're all beyond his position. One unfortunate factor for Navi, that was no one inside of the B site directly to slow them down. Oh! What is that from Nifty? Simple had a free kill gifted, and somehow as he turns around, he puts the gun barrel on his forehead and pulls the trigger. Renegades pick up the round.
How did he not manage to find that frag? Nifty with the 180, deserves a fist bump. I think that's fair. It's the final round of the first half. Simple. Oh, he could have been the saboteur of that round. Let's have a look how sick that was. 180, sticks it down his throat, pulls the trigger. Okay then, Simple won't have a weapon this round after force buy in the previous. Could have worked out for him as well, but it's looking likely to be a 9-6 half. Renegades after losing the pistol, that's very good for them.
I think if you're Simple, that's just like bad timing. Like, it's just unfortunate. Like, I wouldn't even be mad. Just like, yep, well, that happened. Nifty with AWP, goes above, finds Edward. Good job to drop back down and try and find Zeus afterwards. Azza takes the task instead. All trades, but the trades that now favor, well, I shouldn't say favor, it's down to a one-on-one, but certainly favor Seized in that there's no bomb planted. Nade's gonna do big damage, and he follows it with a shot through the box. I'm sorry, was that a silent cheer from you?
Yeah, it was like, it was just like a nice shot, like, because whenever the game finishes, it's the final round, it just, whenever bullet finishes it, that's when it finishes. It looked quite cool. But nice nade from Seized, and manages to find that final round against all odds as well. There's a difficult buy there for Navi, 8-7 in favor of Renegades. This is not their map pick as well. They picked Cobblestone, and that went really badly for them. But this is looking much better now. Their T-side actually quite impressive. Good teamwork and individual prowess as well. Azza looked great in most of the clutches. He's still hosting nice opening frags, and JKS solid as ever with 11 kills. Simple, 5 and 13. It felt like he did more than that, if I'm honest. Like, he had a few opening kills and got things done with the AWP, but only 5 in total. So Zeus not far ahead with 6 and 8.
He was, aside from the ace, which everyone will remember, I'm sure it's already top of Reddit, the 1v5 that is.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much in the first game either, so a bit slow today. Or Simple.
Let's see if he can bounce back. 8-7. Much separating these two sides, but it's Renegade to switch over to the CT half now.
I think that is sort of the power that Simple possesses, though, right? You can have an off game, and then, yeah, exactly. Out of nowhere, one round when it matters, bang.
When it matters as well. Just so it feels like they're going to throw the game. They just does that. It's just over. Well, 2 smokes, Molotov as well. Looks like an outside fake from what I can see. The bomb's getting ready towards inside. We're setting smokes up, but Flamey's dropped already. Azza with a lovely shot to take him down. I believe that was towards Pop Dog. Indeed it was. Flamey went down though. So good for them in the pistol rounds. He'll be dropped, and that will slow them down. They still have the utility to work with it. He's leaving inside now. It's up to Ustillo. Gets a little bit aggro there towards the main entrance, but decides to fall back. That's a little bit of damage there to Simple. Even a bit more as he goes down to 11 HP.
Seized. Starts to work his way over with the rest of the team toward B. Flamey down early. Simple on 11. Renegades with an 8-7 lead and a pistol that could accelerate them to potentially 11 rounds. We'll see what the bomb says about that. We'll see if the round concludes with the same idea. Certainly seems to. Nifty and JKS, good shots on entrance to counter them off, and JKS will close it as well. 3 kills for him overall, and no bomb plant. So they have a chance now to go to 11 easily. I shouldn't say easily, but plausibly.
Yeah, for sure. It's viable that they do so. We'll see what happens here in the second round. Presumably, it will be the force buy from Navi. No bomb going down. They haven't looked great here on train. Still early days for this lineup, but this is not the tactical force or even the brute strength of what I was expecting from this Navi side. They have had a lot of scenarios against Renegades when they've looked out of their depth and can't keep up with the aim. CZ's technology. Just a note as well, Renegades did knock out Virtus Pro this tournament. Take that what you will. That's round number 17. Simple with the scalp. Can be very powerful, this weapon.
Yeah, the timing right, goes back, gets Nifty anyway.
I told you. We'll see whether we can find a little bit more here. Finds Nifty, now they have the advantage. Nades come through, hit them in the face. There's still plenty of time to work with it.
Scout in play. Starts to work in. Scope sounds revealing. As Azza looks back the direction of which they came from, flashes himself back out as well because he knows that it's going to be there. Didn't quite make contact with Azza. Did get the shot that time, does make contact, but goes down 28, so Azza's vulnerable to pistols and will be found by them. Zeus is able to get the shot with the CZ. Edwards also able to pick up the scout as a result.
Inside control come through. Bomb will be planted. It's up to you still to try and deny it. He gets one.
It is the bomb as well.
Yeah, he's low HP. If he gets this, he probably secures the round, but nice work by Flamey. Oh my goodness, it's all falling apart. 3-on-1 now. Jay-Z Walkins, the new boy from Sweden. Just get 1 kill here. Can't find the second though. Flamey takes him down. A disaster there for Renegades. Would have put them in such a promising position there. What a lovely shot.
Yeah,
quite simple.
Well, what a call by you to spot Flamey getting the shot as well, because Ustilo did everything right. He just backed away on the tanker and brought the second teammate in, and Flamey just snapped, boom, killed him, and then, unfortunately, Ustilo was a sitting duck. Zeus was able to find him afterwards.
Yeah, you're right. Ustilo did everything correctly there. Like just buying time, frustrating them, pulling back. But no force buy from Renegades this round, interesting enough. It'll probably be Eco next round as well. This is going to be aiming for the bigger picture plays. So they'll get 900 into the next, but Navi should be comfortable this time, as though with CZ armor. He's down to 68 in the first couple of frags here for Navi as expected. Make it 3.
Will do. JKS and Ustilo. The last thing that remains in Navi's way of tying up the game. Headshots coming in. Flamey's dinked up considerably, but holds true. Gets his aim together and fires back. So 9-9. Momentum seized entirely. That's why I corrected myself in saying 11 rounds should be easy. Apparently not. They've got control now on the Navi side. They'll pick up AK-47s. There's 2 of those in play, plus an M4 carried over. So they got a free rifle in the mix. And Simple back on the scout.
Like I said, another full eco. They've got a couple of nades to work with. Normally throwing those towards main entrance. Nothing landing as of yet. Flamey was there. Takes 3 damage. $600. That's what you get. Well, not really much to come with this. We've got 1 PT-50 for Ustilo, everyone else on default pistols. Jason Walkins down to 2 HP. But Navi will be taking the lead here on the T side of train after losing the pistol as well. Fantastic work towards that inside sight. Grant him a few rounds in a row. So you sort of Molotov towards the pop dog. And okay, I thought he'd actually bite him alive there.
I heard the little and I thought the same thing, and I was like, where's the fire symbol?
Yeah.
Where's the flame? Flamey is on top of the train. That's where he is as he gets the shot on JKS. Zeus shot in Ustilo, one beforehand. 10-9 interest peaks as we go into the gun round. Nifty already onto the AWP, but doesn't have any armor to go with that. Oh, I take it back. He bought it just as I pressed tab to see his money, so he does have armor.
Here we go then. First gun round of the second half. Scoreline currently 3-1 in favor of Navi after losing the pistol. It's Renegades who are chasing now, 10-9. 1 kit for Jay-Z and the open hands of Nifty as he goes towards the inside area. There will be a play on the other side, that's Edward. Molotov deployed, and he'll stay a little bit longer than he should. Now he gets himself an interesting predicament. They'll be spamming that smoke, but he knows that. He'll fall back, takes a bit of damage, but he's absolutely fine.
Trying to time it with when the flames were almost gone, so he would take the minimal amount of damage.
Yeah, so he's okay. Once again, an opening pit, we saw Simple do that To no avail, really. Didn't really get much going. That's a nice nade.
That's quite good. It doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but it does more than it was worth going through the skylight, and it actually puts Zeus down to 64, Flamey on 76, and Nifty still with the AWP has the high ground. Shoulder bait coming in. Zeus the one to try and do so. Throw down a flash. That baits the shot. Nifty off the angle. Want to drop inside of the site if they can get that far. Put pressure on JKS, who's already got Edward, and he has to snap back 90 degrees. Sneezed is already there. And he makes the right angle because it's the right shot to find Nifty as he gets above the train. Seized is down and out, but bomb is planted. That's the important aspect. 4 to find, though, on the retake, and JZ does have a kit. They found 2 of them. Azure and Nifty down. JZ, the one with the kit and the armor, is the last alive in the round. Can't quite open the first shot. Jumps down, sprays, does land on Zeus, but down to 17. He's just going to try and run and save the M4. Simple knows it as well. Simple assumes correctly that he'll be going out toward Ivy, so he heads towards spawn. Doesn't need to move past that corner. The op will not get that far, so he will save the M4.
Back and forth exchange here towards the inside area, but then Flamey arrives, of course. 2 kills for him. And Simple nails the round with 1 orb kill. It will be him doing fantastic work at that M4A4. Secures the round. It felt like it was going to fall apart there, but Flamey, he doesn't go down without a fight. JK's got the first frag. It's against that execution there, but enough to hold off the Renegades. JZ, did he force fight into this round? Did he save his last? Oh, he did save a weapon, so he has the M4 with pistols around him. Simple gets a leg shot on Nifty when he fired into a collective body of 3 members. You expect him to come out better off for it. Blinded entirely, in fact, completely missing the doorway to get some distance between he and the pistol of Azza, who now has the AWP on the CT side as a result. Save the AWP, boys, and the M4. Not going to win this. Save those weapons. Deploy the human shield. That's my job. They've got a kill. Are they fancying this? I think they're just gonna... Oh, I don't know. I think I would have liked to see them just stop in CT spawn exactly this and play as a unit. They lose 2. One of them was the M4 temporarily. You still now grabs. They're going to lose them all. Overcommitment, you're right, because here comes a flank. Seize has it. Save those weapons, surely. You're never going to win that. But I guess their money's fine. Generally speaking, they've got maximum loss bonus now, but there's no reason to just burn money. I would say use rush towards Ivy and save the AWP and the M4. Wasn't the case. Flamey has had so many spray downs in this what's going on here?
That's not part of the game.
What just happened?
Was he trying to throw away the nade to buy another one, or did he just accidentally... Yeah.
Like, normally you throw away a Molotov.
Yeah. No, I know, I get it. He must have had it like pressed in freeze time, expecting nothing to happen, and then it just went out of freeze time, not paying attention. I don't know. I hate theorizing on those things, but it's certainly pretty funny. Simple gets Nifty. Flamey goes down. Azure pushing. Again, he's tagged up enough that Zeus can contribute to a secondary peak, or at least have the confidence to do so. It's JKS, JZ, and Ustillo. With Bomb was temporarily down as well. If Zeus lost that second exchange, it would have made things a bit awkward because they would have had to continue to take the duel that now Ustillo has the advantage in because he's gotten Zeus toward A main. Smokes himself off to run. Weird round so far, but I like him. 1 minute remaining, and Seize with a chance to get the backstab frag there, doing a good job. There's 2, and now that should be it. It's going to be, JKS. We know he's good in the clutches, but low HP. Simple takes him down. 13-9. And if they just saved those weapons in that round where they didn't really have to run into the inside side with the AWP and the M4, they would have been able to buy into this one. But now, maximum loss bonus on the CD side, that's not actually enough to get a full buy on the table. About $3,400 per player. They'll take a pause. And now a chance to start to work out what's the play here. You either go all in, Matt, and you have Famus's UMPs, or you take another eco and allow Navi to get 1 step closer to closing this one out of 49. Not much talking going on in the tactical timeout. There it is. Not much talking for us either. Sometimes silence can be nice. I will say the one thing they asked me pre-game. What's that? What I thought of Nifty as a player, and I said I wasn't fully behind it yet because I need more. I think he's playing great series. Yeah. He's a very well-spoken individual, though. During interviews, it's fantastic. Yeah, I remember that. Clear. Yeah, he was awesome. I loved it. Very, very clear. Very good at answering without revealing too much. So he does have that going for him, which perhaps, if you're well-spoken, typically that creates good leadership as well. So there is that. Simple takes down Jay-Z, Ustillo does respond, though, immediately by getting Zeus, so as much as the op is still in play, it's the AKs they have to worry about. Flamey able to push up. Nifty did get one, but Simple follows him and takes him down immediately.
They know both of them in towards Pop Dog, I think, so bombs should be going down. They don't seem to be in a rush to do so. Simple with 2 frags so far, and it's JKS now. Only forces with Flamey. They will be able to plant. Smoking off towards Pop Dog. Simple's got it covered. No kits available, and this retake on this bomb site, once they're established with the crossfire, it's very difficult to make it happen. Flamey holds on the bomb site itself, smoking off towards Connector, buying himself some time. Unless they strike right now, with both frags, not much chance about the defuse kits here, but it will be 13. Make it 49, as Flamey gets the final frag there. Money available once again. Can't allow anything else to slip now. After winning the pistol here, you Renegades, they've been completely run over. And they switch on the CT side of Train. Looked great on the T side, I have to say. The tactics were there. Good teamwork. Nice fragging potential as well. Azza, loads of frags, but it all leads here. Nifty and JKS. Now, JKS, from what I've heard, is the secondary AWP for this team. I think we did see that at the minor as well.
Well, he's got primary position right now inside of Z, and Flamey getting inching closer. He's getting and inching all at the same time.
Getting and inching.
I could get an inch. Use a few of them. JKS couldn't quite get the shot as Flamey crosses over. Smoke down, Molotov extinguished. That means, yes, there's certainly a player inside of Pop Dog, but he can remain there safely for a moment longer. Nifty, good shot. Finds Flamey. Ustillo will back off as Molotov this time thrown not quite in the doorway, just behind it.
5 and 4. Renegades now, using the double AWP setup, but Simple, he's looking keen towards inside, and it's Azza with a wall bang at Pop Dog. Brings him one step closer to winning round number 24. 5 on 3, these have been given away before, though, especially when Simple's live. Molotov there to buy him some time towards Pop Dog, but Simple's waiting for a mistake to be made at the upper platform. Bomb still down. 40 seconds remaining. They'll still float up the idea of winning this round. It's not worth a save just yet. We hit the 30-second mark. We know Navi are prone sometimes to timing the rounds out. Need to start operating quite quickly now. Simple would just have to run down the Pop Dog with the CZ, it seems, and hope for the best. Didn't work out for him.
Did not work out at all. Sees doubles up, but eventually burns. Nifty from the grave. He gets the kill. It's down to Zeus, who nearly gets whack-a-mole at Gopher, popping from the hole.
Oh,
and then gets walled. That's even better.
There we go. Well, luckily, it wasn't a crazy expensive round for Renegades, keeping 3 players alive. 14-10, they hit double digits. The milestone has been achieved. Their second round here. Their first gun round. They won the pistol here. It's going to be 7-2 overall. Round number 25. Suddenly in a competitive map. But loads of money available. And looking for the harsh reset is Navi. Win this, it's pretty much done. We've got 2 players at $0. Jay-Z at $650 after the reinvestment. So this has to be a round of victory for the Renegades. There's no other option here. You need to get 14-11. A lot of pressure on their shoulders right now. Nifty, Glass Cannon, AWP.
He's been quick to find opening picks, Nifty, so Glass Cannon doesn't concern me in some ways.
It's
I
not
feel
a huge
confident
deal
for him.
on Train, because you're normally just holding tight angles going for picks, right?
Yep.
Up against other AWPers.
Smokes go both ways. So Jay-Z's actually going to use that to his advantage to try and get between them. And maybe shouldn't have, because he's sitting in a narrow choke point with smokes that are normally spammed.
Yeah, that's not a great start for him. Seas was considering dropping the Molotov there, but thinks against it. Now Nifty, like you said, AWP in hand. He drops the Molotov behind the server. That's Jay-Z dead for sure, but Seas, the idea of death, needs to be very careful. And then we know where Jay-Z is now. He saw that flashbang come out, but it looks like he'll be falling back and somehow getting the kill, Matt. How's he done that?
He does, with 22 HP. Obviously, Seas did not expect him to be so close. It looked like he made a blunder by standing in the middle of a blender, ultimately, in that hallway getting spammed. But it's all worked out. Nifty's Glass Cannon has as well. JKS can't respond fast enough to find Edward. That might be the signaling to go toward B. As Simple climbs back up the ladder, it's up to Edward to buy space and time. He's done so by getting Ustillo. Simple's still not in a position to plant. He's just arriving now.
Oh, this is so sick from Edward. Another guaranteed frag. He's got 3 so far, Matt. Looking for the ace in a 5-on-3 situation. 10 seconds remaining, bomb planted, 1 kit available. This is turned from a dream to a nightmare for Renegades. The must-win round. Now a lot of pressure here. Azza finds the frag back, but now Simple strikes from the lower ramp. Edward with 3 kills, looking to close things out. And it's nifty. Only can use the pistol here. Knows he has to defuse. Low HP, touches it. And he's got no... Oh, he has got the kit, I beg your pardon.
Ooh, Simple's low enough. He's got the kit picked up, but Simple peaks accordingly, and it goes 15-10. You mentioned the importance of the round. Renegades don't have much money at all.
That was the one. 5-on-3 as well, but Edward, so sick, gets in there, strikes at the opportunity of an open bomb site, and just reads them like a book. This could spell the end of the run for Renegades in the DreamHack Masters here in Malmö. Taking out Virtus Pro. That map Cobblestone didn't work out for them. They put on quite the show here on Train, but CZs, UMPs, and Deagles, that's all they've got left to stay alive here. And another miss. He's done it again. He's done that on Cobblestone as well, right?
Yeah, both times by inches. It's like his crosshair's slightly off.
Here we go, though. Sloppy play, of course.
And Azza, that's just walking in and gifting it away. They're going to get guns, 2 AKs off that. Yeah, you still owe. His crosshair's certainly not off. Watch C's pushing through. Jay-Z on the inside of the smoke. He's found it with a pistol as well. Navi has given this away, I'm afraid. On a chance, a free kick.
That was it. It was over. Then this guy fires a Deagle. They all jump at the chance to try and get him. They run out 1 by 1.
Mine.
Shocking. Why are you doing that? Just play the round properly. You have so much time to work with. Get a default and an execution going. Yeah, throw away that orb.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's really bad from Navi. Like, he needs to keep composed in these moments. So he throws away the orb because he knows he's probably going down here. He doesn't want to give them the chance to recover that weapon. But somehow, Renegades win it. And the money's not great for Navi. Still a chance of overtime here. Here's the replay. Flashbang. Pretty good. Then chaos just ensues. They try to run out 1 by 1 to take him down. Didn't have to happen. He just let him have that 1 frag. And once 2 went down, they had to go for it. Either way, here we go. 4 AKs Renegades. That's not bad at all. So we drop Zeus. Okay. That's one of the bravest plays I've ever seen in my life. Run through the fire. They know they saw him cross as well. It comes out and completely wrecks Azza. What a shot that was.
BDP, Zeus, he may do it again. Flash out, peek in.
Oh,
they line up. He's got 2. The leader might just put them through. It's just 1 kill to find, and Navi will 2-0 Renegades and find their way into the playoffs. Simple fittingly shuts it down, but that not only was brave once, it was tactical on the second approach, and they gave him double. Reward him once for being brave, and then just give it to him for being smart. It's Navi 2-0 into the playoffs.
It looked like they were kind of mixing weapons up and trying to swap things, I think, but I don't think Navi will be too happy with that performance. I don't think that wasn't world-class by any stretch of imagination. That was difficult to get through. Cobblestone especially relying heavily on just individual magic, I have to say, like Flamey, Edward, and sometimes Simple as well. Just amazing plays. Without that 1v5, they potentially lose that first map. I feel like they were just as weak on their T-sides, especially on Cobblestone, as the Renegades were.
So Navi beat a rusty-dusty Virtus Pro.
Yeah.
And a Renegades team to make it into the playoffs. Obviously, both those teams struggling still. They're both gone. So they make it, but you're right, it was a struggle. I just want to point out Yanko trying to stay loyal to Kassad didn't win that prediction now, did he?
No, he didn't.
Nah, sorry about that.
Same for Alex as well.
Yeah.
They were top of the leaderboard. It's all...
It's
all gone wrong.
It's crumbling.
Yeah.
It's crumbling down around them. But speaking of 2-0, yeah, Navi in. We've got 2 more matches coming up to decide the other playoff contenders in our GSL format. But I think so far we've got a decent string of teams in there. Group of teams in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Collection.
We've got some NIP Swedes in there as well, which is fitting considering they're defending their title. Swedish audience as well. That's where they seem to do their best work. And some Danish ones as well. So that rivalry that Mark Winther's been building up all the time on Twitter, he gets to see it happen.
I was going to say a stone throw, but you'd have to have a pretty damn strong arm. But it is just across the water. So, yeah, you'll get a lot of Danes in this arena as well. I was surprised by that, actually, last year, by the way. in Malmö when I thought, okay, we'll have like a mix, like almost 50-50. Copenhagen's obviously a little bigger than Malmö. It's much closer. It's the closest, not that Malmö's not a city, but it's the closest big city.
Sure.
I thought, you know, Danish contingency would be at large. No, it was like fully Swedish out there.
Everyone was NIP.
Yeah,
weren't they?
it was nuts. It was insane. It was fun to be a part of, actually.
Yeah.
And it was fitting that they won as well. It's always nice to see the home team win just because it's contagious.
Yeah, absolutely. NIP looking much better this tournament as well. Hopefully they can make it to a final again, just for that atmosphere, I think. That was quite electric last year.
Yeah. Well, that said,
yes,
I'm not going to do any cheesy throw because I messed up the last one badly. Smix is standing by with the interview.
Thank you very much. As always, Sadikis, congratulations, Seas. Navi will be moving on towards the Malmö Arena to play on Saturday. And this will be your second time because the last time you guys were runner-ups at, of course, the first DreamHack Masters event. So what are your first thoughts?
We are really happy about that we're going through to the group. We're really excited to play in such arena like in Malmö. Last year we was in the final. Hopefully we will do at least the same, maybe better this time.
Well, initially, I want to talk about Cobblestone because, first of all, it started very strong for you guys. The first half ended 13-2, and then Renegades started to get some momentum. They got some rounds. So was there any point that you started to worry at all, or did Zeus have it under control?
We was not worried at all. We just trying some things which we tried on our products, and after we just started to play so scared, but Clutch by Simple saved us at this point, and everything was fine after.
And I actually want to ask, because I know you were the in-game leader for Navi for a while, and finally that task has been taken from you and moved to Zeus. What are your thoughts? Are you relieved by that at all? Are you happy about the change?
Yeah, of course I'm happy. Now I can just enjoy CS and playing in my own game, so I'm really happy about it, so looking forward.
And a last question for you. We've now had 3 days to look at the new teams after all the roster craziness that has been going on. Is there a team that has particularly stood out to you, a team that impressed you?
I think it's FaZe because they have so good lineup. Like every player in their team is the star. So I think everyone waiting when they will show what they can do.
Well, sounds good. Best of luck on Saturday in the Malmö Arena. And with that, it'll be SK and Navi as our first two teams to move forward.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. So we do get to see Navi then prevail versus the Renegades. Perhaps sipping that Kool-Aid has cost us in our prediction game, but overall a fantastic game of Counter-Strike to watch. To say that, maybe a caveat attached to Train. I know Halvor certainly had some words about how that Train game was playing out. I'm joined, of course, alongside myself, the Norwegian. We also have Pimp and Yanko. Okay, so let's kick it off actually by talking about that Train game, Halvor, and let's talk a little bit about...
Can I just put caveats on both maps?
Okay, if you want to, but I
lots of asterisks.
Do your thing, man.
No, honestly, it wasn't that pretty of a CS game. Honestly, Cobble just poorly played on both sides, really. Not really a whole lot to show for it, in all honesty. But we did get to see some beautiful moments. That you're absolutely right of. Because the better part of the first half, as Alex is dying behind us, was a lot of individual plays. And again, we do know, and we know that we can't really expect Navi to be a well-oiled machine. Hey. Just yet. But we do know that they have the players to be capable of great things, and that's pretty much what we got a showcase of really throughout the first map.
Sure. Also, we know that the Renegades are perfectly capable of screwing things up over and over again, like they did in that 5v1, like they did on Train in some situations.
I wish we actually would have had like a GoPro in the background so we could just film Chad's reaction while we showed him that clip.
It's not even that interesting. At this point, it's just sad. He's just,
you can tell like the dejection in his face.
Yes, the dejection, exactly. And it's just a man defeated, basically, at this point.
Even departed from the team, he's defeated.
Pretty similar to how I looked when Nico was in Mousesports.
Yeah, it is. It was quite reminiscent. And I mean, we have to talk about that 1v5. I mean, we are darting all over the place, but there was just lots of kind of sporadic play to discuss. This is one of those situations where we talked about Simple, we talked about what he's capable of, Jacob, and we talked about those moments, I believe, at 1 versus 5, when Renegades have finally found out how to play. You know, was it a 13-2 half? Let me check, yeah. 13-2 half, and they can defend. They prove that they can defend and do so well. Looks like they're going to be sending Navi into an eco. Looks like we could be very well seeing, you know, OT if not a win. And then Simple, 1v4, full ace. It's kind of brutal.
the amazing thing about it is Simple didn't have a good game at all, neither on Cobblestone or Train, I'd say. Like, it was not the Simple that we expected before this game, like running around and actually tearing these Renegades guys apart. They didn't allow him to do those. So Nifty got him pretty much under control, I'd say, throughout the game. That's one of the positives Renegades can go home with. Nifty played a great series, and he controlled Simple, which is pretty much an uncontrollable player. Talking about the 1-5, you know, it's never allowed to happen, you know. You should never allow something like that to happen. It is great play by Simple, and you can see he get the 3 first frags with quick headshots, you know, which is amazing aim. From that point, he just plays it clever, you know, and you can see Renegades are instead of like trying to win the round and take it back, they just lose control and they play afraid, and that's where you know Simple is going to win this 1-5.
The thing is, I can forgive Renegades for the first 2 kills, right? This wasn't a pure 1v5 in a sense where, you know, all 5 players are alive and Simple is somewhere by himself alone. This was a very quick trade after the execute came in. So for me, it was more of a 1v3 to put it that way. And I think Asa actually made the first mistake from, you know, short or block. I think he should have just hit him because he knew where the bomb was as well. And you could just tell after it became a 1v2, Jay-Z and Nifty were so scared. Like their setup, you know, Jay-Z behind the statue and Nifty from door, like holding the angle for him. Yes, initially it's good. And then you can see how they start panicking, you know, shoulder peeking and some pop flash comes in, not very good. He loses the duel, and then in the 1v1, he just has all the control.
I mean, at that point in time, your teammates all fall silent, and you're realizing like
it's happening.
It's happening, and I control the fate of this round now. I wish you guys were here.
It was very realistic for them to make the comeback, because if Renegades win that round, it's 14-12. Navi has to eco. He probably wouldn't have gotten the plant either. You know, they have all the momentum on their side. You heard it from Seized as well. They were a bit, I mean, not panicking, but afraid that they're going to lose after being 13-2 up.
Yeah, and that is brutal. Now, someone else that was kind of off the chain, and you are often unchained, Yanko, is some analysis over on that Weatherman segment.
Very nice. Yes, this is from the second map, actually, and it's another map that looked fairly good for Renegades, but then the notorious second round happens, and this is perhaps a good example of how Simple, just with 1 kill and his positioning, does a lot for Navi in this round. So the thing is, initially he's going to get the scout dropped for him from Edward, and now just to move to the kill. After he gets the kill here on Nifty with the scout, you can see how that forces Renegades to be in a very uncomfortable position. You can see that AZR, because he has Asa, because he has the MP9, he has to play close up. JKS and JZ with the rifles, they are playing further back, but there's no setup. It's every man for himself in this situation. And something that's very, very important to note is Ustilo. Look at his kit. He has only let me do it this way. He only has Kevlar without head armor, and this is in a round where Navi didn't plant in the pistol round. So you should be able to predict that they are going to basically just full buy in the following round, and you really need head armor against pistols. So what's going to happen is back and forth. Renegade still in an uncomfortable position. The trades come in, and then once they start moving towards B, this is where Ustilo is just going to get dinged by Flamey, and that again, he's forced to run away left and right. He loses control of the B bomb site, and that's enough for Navi to set up properly, establish control, and close out the round. And this was where Renegades probably had some good momentum coming into the second half, but it all pretty much fell apart because of this second round.
Damn. And, you know, that's something that I think decisions that are made often at a lower level, you know, I certainly can attest to that you go, oh, this time I'm fine. I'll just get the body armor, I want an M4, and situations like that, and again, players like Simple can all come tumbling down.
The only thing that I can see his logic is the thought process is I'm going to get an M4, and he played very far back, so I'm not even going to play close up, and I'm going to try to get some kills long range. But what happens if they have a smoke and you don't get a kill, and they're pushing you close range with the pistols? You know, you're going to die so easily. If he had a head armor and maybe a UMP or something along those lines and nades and played closer up, Renegades probably win the round. So I think that was a mistake from him in that particular.
I think it's a very interesting fact because you didn't see that back in the days, or like a month ago before the UMP was nerfed. You know, he'd probably go for the UMP, he'd go for the nades, and he'd play close up. But in fact, that the UMP got nerfed, you know, less players are playing that gun, and players hate the FAMAS. You know, all pro players like dislike the FAMAS for whatever reasons. Nobody really embraced that gun.
You dabbled with it? You giving it a go?
I've given it a go. I like the FAMAS.
Just 100%
I like
dog.
the FAMAS, but a lot of players like just gone away totally from playing FAMAS, playing SMG. You know, so they're forced to play this like M4 with no head armor. You know, and teams can't take advantage of that because it's a new trend coming in.
Sure, absolutely.
But at that point, again, it kind of just, I don't follow Ystilo's logic there though, because yeah, that it's been nerfed on range, still the same weapon close up. So I don't say the trade-off. Like I've never seen, you so rarely see that kind of a buy. Normally you see the commitment when you can actually afford head armor, and then you ditch to the nades. Otherwise you always get the head armor in.
We are putting words in his mouth though. It could have just been like a bit of bad maths. It could have just been a quick rush by. I mean, we don't know it necessarily exactly there.
Okay,
I could play UMP.
Sorry about your best mate, Ystilo.
I'm just clarifying. You know, it could. There's many reasons why you could make an error like that.
Yeah, again, we're just looking at it from our point of view, like how we would have thought about it in that kind of a scenario.
Absolutely. And someone that was having a great game, maybe Kevlar or no Kevlar, it was Mr. Flamey, our strafe player of the match. You can see him here at his statistics, hitting that lovely 100 ADR. That's average damage per round if you're unfamiliar, and it's one of those statistics that can help us really get a good grip of exactly how well he's been playing. It's one of those players as well that sometimes does not get as mentioned, but he's always been kind of a consistent presence since he put that Navi shirt on.
He's one of the players that thrived very well under Su's leadership before he left the team. So I'm looking back to see Flamey in full force, and this game was a positive game for him. He needs to get back in that force, like the M4 spray here. Like that's Flamey, you know, and he does that a lot. You know, both on train, on Cobble, on pretty much all maps. He's a very good CT player with the M4. The worrying part for Navi this game was Simple didn't turn up, and he wasn't unleashed, and he didn't get to run around and do simple things, you know. The good part for Navi was that Flamey picked it up for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a sign of good things to come, no? If one of your star players isn't delivering, you're still picking up wins. I certainly think that's a positive to be taken away from that, albeit not necessarily for Simple. You can see him there, not at the top of the scoreboard, but not at the bottom either. As you see Flamey dropping 55 frags, just taking over the server over the course of those two maps. Didn't get to see a third, and Renegades are now eliminated from DreamHack Masters Malmö. Navi will fight on. They'll be the second team to make it out of Group B, and kind of the closing thoughts then are going to be surrounding that of Renegades. We don't see much more of them. They are gone. And it's a new project featuring Jay's Walkings, who a lot of people are yet to be convinced by, but also just a question of what do the Aussies do now?
I mean, it's also a question on whether he will stay with the team.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he's on trial, and they just needed someone fast for the leagues and for the qualifiers and all of that. Obviously, for this tournament as well, there are, you know, a couple of options for them, perhaps depending on how much they're willing to spend, the organization rather. So you can see at times how they have the potential, right? You can see both individually, Nifty, Aza, JKS, also strategically at times you see good things from them, but unfortunately you also see some glaring mistakes, especially in after plan situations where mid-round, where decision making is very, very important. So hopefully they can find that missing piece and get to maybe some higher level.
Because it's that word again, that horrible buzzword that does seem to be permanently affixed to the Renegades name, potential. Potential of what they could potentially bring to the playing field. Haven't seen it yet, and we won't see it here in Sweden, as we are going to go ahead and wave goodbye to them. Another team eliminated here in Malmö as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. 2 spots remain for those playoffs as the weekend draws near. This next one is something I know you are looking forward to. FaZe fans and Gambit fans will be gathering in the viewership to go ahead and check out exactly how this one goes down. It's a best of 3 like no other. Will FaZe seriously, on their first venture with a new roster with Olafmeister and Guardian, not make it to the playoffs? It's Gambit's choice of whether they will be opening the gate or not. We'll find out after the break though, so do stay with us, and while we do kick back, you can too, as we walk you through Sliver, one of our sponsors.